Hi, my name is Chisom and I am a member of David's Christian Center. Now this is my DCC story. I remember my first time ever in DCC. It was Davida's dedication. My friend, hi Richard, he will stop going on and on about this his church. Chisom, come to my church. If you come to my church, I promise you will never be broke. I'm like, are they sharing money in your church? What happened? He went on and on. And at that point in my life, I was trying to look for a church family because I was in the university, but I was still, of course, very dependent on my parents. So I was going to their church with them, but I wasn't really a fan. I knew I loved God, but because I didn't like the church, I didn't want the church to come between myself and God. So I wanted somewhere that I would actually experience God in his fullness and all of that stuff. So I was kind of looking for one. I had a campus fellowship, but that was only when I would be in school. So this my friend would tell me, Chisom, come to my church, come to my church. And then I came. And I said, okay, one day I'll just go. So I called him, I'm like, okay, let's go. And then I came to the church. First thing I noticed, meeters and greeters. Hi, hello, everybody was so friendly, so joyful. I'm like, maybe true, they are sharing money in the church. And so I got in, I was welcomed so well. I sat down. Second thing I noticed, the choir. Every woman in the choir, everyone in TRI was wearing a pair of green shoes. I couldn't get past it. It showed me how very involved everybody was, because you go to market and buy green shoe. Why? Are you really going to wear it after that day? So it blew my mind. And then the word came, and it was Grandpa Rev that preached. It was my first time in church, but it wasn't like my first time in church, because there is a certain decorum or composure a first timer should have in church. You know, it's your first time. But no, I had none of that, because everything it was just a hit. 1 minute after the other, it was a hit. Praise and worship was mind-blowing. As soon as I entered DCC, I knew that I had found where I had been looking for. I knew I was home. So I was impressed by everything, I can't even lie. Then Pastor K comes up stage and talks. And I say, I know this voice. I've heard this person preach before. Turns out that there was a message Pastor K preached, LDM message, that had been circulating in my school. So I had listened to that message and I loved it, and I spread it to my friends. I brought it home to my mother. It was a message where he said something about the thought of milk. The beginning of that message went, if the body is white and the heart is black, of what use is it? When I heard that voice, I knew I loved the person that I heard speaking. Then when I saw him, I said, what? This is him. I was so glad. And I knew I'd found home. I knew I'd maybe fight to my parents a bit for them to let me go, and God sorted that out. But I was home. What has made me stay all these years? Where am I going to really? I don't have anywhere to go to. This is his home. And then I met Pastor Keeper. No, let me add this. we had an event, a women's event or something. I wasn't really solid in DCC then, so I just attended. And then Pastor K was there. He was up in the gallery on the mainland church. And it's Pastor K we're talking about. Do you understand, Pastor K? So I was going out after the event, and I saw him. I don't know what just made me want to go and say hello. But then there were like 2 protocol guys there and all of that stuff. So I said, let me just try. So I went there and I'm like, hello, please, I want to say hi to Pastor K. And he said, okay, go. I'm like, what? Like, it's Pastor K. Like, you won't keep me waiting for like 2 hours or take my name or ask me what I want. You just tell me to go and say hi to Pastor K. That blew my mind. How accessible, how very humble PK was. And then I went, I greeted him. I told him that I loved his message, and I watched him on TV with my mom and all of that stuff. Of course, he won't remember this. And then he was like, oh, okay, yay, hi, and all of that. So it was Pastor K's humility blew my mind. Pastor K's humility drew me in. I avoided Pastor M for the longest time. Sorry, I avoided Pastor M for the longest time, but apparently God had other plans for me. Here I am. And then I met Pastor Mildred, and the change in my life is evident. Like, I can't say it, you have to experience it. So I am so glad. When I first joined DCC, I used to always say that I wish everybody I knew was a DCC member. Not because other churches are bad, it's just there's something about this place. And I am so glad God brought me here. I am so glad He gave me the pastors. He gave me now parents. I am so glad for the family I have now. I am so thankful to God for bringing me here. And I'm so glad for DCC for turning 25. I was a toddler when DCC was born. So we are like, I am so glad, and congratulations, Davis Christian Center. Congratulations to every member of Davis Christian Center. We will go greater and greater in Jesus' name. And as David never lost a battle, so will God's work with us always be. Bye. Hi, PK. I appreciate you, sir. Let me just say one thing about Pastor K. And I am not trying to wash or anything, but Pastor K reminds me a lot of Jesus. His love for people, especially the lost and broken. He loves the most unlovable people so easily. I don't know how he does it. Pastor Kingsley, I'm so thankful. If you didn't say yes to God, I won't be here. Congratulations, sir. You've done 25 years. Sir, well done, sir. Thank you so much for everything you do. I appreciate you and I love you so much, Pops.